بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. All praise is due to Allah. We seek His blessings and mercy upon the soul of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and all of the Muslims till the end time. In our previous session on the discussion of the 6 Ahaadeeth, which explain the meaning of Al-Eemaan, we read the hadith of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, where he reported from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as saying, Al-Iman is la yazni zani حين يزني وهو مؤمن ولا يشرب الخمر حين يشرب وهو مؤمن ولا يسرق حين يسرق وهو مؤمن إلى آخر الحديث. That a person is not going to get involved in sins while his Iman is still intact with him. So his Iman is going to be problematic, meaning it's going to be affected, because these two can't go together. That a person has complete Iman, perfect Iman, yet is falling into sins. So Al-Iman, so this definition by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us that a person's Iman goes up the more he adheres to the teachings of Islam, and it goes down when he commits sins. So al-iman yazidu wa yanqus. So iman goes up, increases, and it goes down and it decreases. So there are elements, there are things that assist the iman to go up, and there are other things that also affect it such that it goes down. So we are not going to have this belief that a person's iman is the same thing in spite of the sins that a person commits. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us firm upon the deen of Al-Islam. So this is the third definition. The first definition by the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ is that Iman is the creed that we have at the back of our mind. The second definition is that Iman has actions in it. So it's not just mere creed that we have at the back of our mind, but there has to be actions. The third definition, the one we read in our last session, is that Iman goes up and then it goes down. So we have to pay attention to that and make sure that we run away from sins so that our Iman can grow, and then we do more acts of worship so to have our Iman intact with us. In today's hadith by the Prophet ﷺ, we are going to read the hadith again where he gives us another definition of al-Iman. This hadith is reported by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, and this hadith is collected in both Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. In that hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-Iman bid'un wa sab'una shu'bah, a'laha qawlu la ilaha illallah, wa adnaha imatatul adha 'anit tariq, wal haya shu'batun min al-iman. The Prophet ﷺ says that Iman, faith, has different levels. It has different categories, more than 70, meaning very many. There are very many. So the categories of Al-Iman, there are many. So, and then there are different levels of Al-Iman. The highest level of Al-Iman in these categories is Qawlu la ilaha illallah, saying la ilaha illallah. So when a person says la ilaha illallah, with all of the conditions that this la ilaha illallah has to have, like knowledge, knowing what la ilaha illallah means, in action, acting according to la ilaha illallah, and thirdly, which is being true to la ilaha illallah, so that a person is not going to be a hypocrite, saying one thing and then believing another thing. So it has to be true to la ilaha illallah. So the highest level of the different categories of al-Iman is saying la ilaha illallah. Wa adnaha, the least, is imatatul adha anit tariq. That you are walking on a road and then you see something harmful to the Muslims, and then you take that thing from the road, from the path, such that they are going to be safe from the harm of that thing. It's Iman, it's an act of Iman. So, and this is the list of all of these different levels of al-iman. And then the Prophet ﷺ says, "Wal haya'u shu'batun min al-iman," and bashfulness, being shy, is part of what al-iman. And if you look at our lives today as Muslims and in the world that we live in today, al haya is something that has been removed from our lives. It's something that people even are degraded if they have haya at all. Here, the Prophet ﷺ is saying that al haya shu'batun min al iman. A person having haya, having bashfulness, is iman itself. So, what we're trying to say is that all of these categories, and there are very many other things that are included in al-iman. Al-haya is so important that the Prophet ﷺ says, Al-haya khayrun kulluhu. He said, bashfulness is goodness, all of it. There is nothing evil about bashfulness, being shy about what we say, about what we look at, about what we listen to, and so on and so forth. And then the highest level of haya is to be shy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are in our secrecy alone in our room. We should know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees us, and then we should feel shy from committing sins while in privacy, thinking that we are all by ourselves. Allah sees us, and we have to show a great level of what of al-haya. So in this hadith of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, the Prophet ﷺ defines iman for us as different, very many categories. They are at different levels. The highest level is qawlu la ilaha illallah. Qawlu la ilaha illallah, to say that Allah alone deserves to be worshipped. This is the meaning of la ilaha illallah. It's not that there's no God but Allah. No. There is no one who deserves our worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the meaning of la ilaha illallah. So when a person says this, makes this statement, he needs to know what is the meaning. This is the meaning of it. And then again, when a person says it, he has to act according to that statement. So you can't claim you have La ilaha illallah, you say La ilaha illallah, yet a person commits shirk, he calls on others beside Allah, like the Shia do, and so on and so forth. Thirdly, is that a person has to be true with the statement La ilaha illallah, so that he does not become a hypocrite. يقولون قولا they say one thing ويبطلون شيئا آخر, but there's something else at the back of their mind. So this is not La ilaha illallah. So La ilaha illallah is mother is to testify that Allah alone deserves to be worshipped, and then acting according to La ilaha illallah. Then imatatul adha ani tariq. You're going by the roadside, and then you say something that can harm the Muslims, and then you take it away from the roadside so that it doesn't harm them. This is also part of what? Part of Iman. And also al-haya, bashfulness, being shy, okay, being bashful, the way we talk, the way we act, where we go to, and all of these things require that we have some level of bashfulness, and by that we have iman. So this is iman. It's not what Tom, Dick, and Harry says on the road. So it's this is iman. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for us to have a better understanding and explain. As we mentioned, al-iman bid'un wa sab'una shu'bah. Iman has different levels, more than 17, very many. أعلاها, the highest level, قول لا إله إلا الله, وأدناها إماطة الأذى عن الطريق, والحياة شعبة من الإيمان. أقول ما تسمعون واستغفر الله لي ولكم. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this beneficial for us in this life and in the next life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.